face the dark. God is patient in heaven, he's waiting for sole possession of your mortal soul. But let's face it, it was no mistake.
We're here with Toni Marine of Kentucky Hot Brown Pedal Boards. What made you guys decide to start making your product?
Well, the thing that we first started wanted to do is I've been building pedal boards for probably anywhere between 15 and 20 years, just my own pedal boards. And I had friends that asked me if I could help them with theirs and things like that. We took a trip to Nashville, and we're just looking around at different things, and I got kind of inspired, and I said, you know, the studio thing was coming to an end because I used to run my recording studio, Double K. I did that for about 14 years, and that was coming to an end because I got tired of doing it, and it wasn't worth my time anymore. And I wanted to get something that was like a product that people could actually put their hands on. So I saw a few things in Nashville that kind of inspired me, and I was like, wow, this would be really cool. We should do something like this and make them out of wood, because everybody's pedal boards usually are covered in Tolex, or, you know what I mean? They're very, to me, they're very impersonal.
Right.
And I
or
said,
metal, and you get the shit shocked out of you.
Which, you know, there's some pedal boards out there that are made out of metal and aluminum, and I've had experiences with those. So I was like, I don't want something like that. I want something that's going to look really cool, almost look like a piece of really cool furniture.
Right.
You know, something that's really nice. So we started building. Not too long after that, you know, we got the idea, and I said, I'll make them out of wood, and that was actually what this model turned out to be. This is our very first model that we built, and we look at this now and we kind of go, wow, you know, and looking in comparison to what we do now, you know, and it's just a drastic difference. But this is where it started, and that's where the idea fed into this, and it's evolved. I mean, we started in December of 2013. It's kind of where the ideas and everything kind of started moving forward. And we originally started building with these, and then customers gave us feedback and said, hey, you know, I like that board, but it's a little too high. Could you do this? Could you do that? So we took all the criticism that we could take, and in doing that, that's kind of what's evolved into what the pedal boards are doing now. I mean, that was the inspiration. I mean, we just wanted to do something different, and we wanted to do something on our own terms, you know, not be like everybody else.
Right.
You know, because there's so many pedal board companies out there, and there's great pedal board companies out there. I mean, there's a guy named Chumley that I deal with, Chumley's Pedal Boards. I talk to him time to time online. He makes some awesome pedal boards. But then, you know, he sends me messages like, man, your pedal boards are awesome. I'm thinking, man, not as awesome as yours. But they are, I mean, I guess they are, you know, because I'm seeing it from a different perspective, just like he is.
Right.
But that was the inspiration for what we did. So, yeah, that's, I mean, pretty much, don't you think? I mean, that's where we started, and we wanted to make something different and make something look good, because I'm really into the wood thing. I like the way the wood looks. I like the way that, you know, it just looks better. I mean, you
That's
look
really how we got into doing it, because
Yeah.
he loves music and he loves doing woodworking.
Yeah.
So what better way to combine the two?
Couple the two, yeah.
Right. That's kind of why I wanted to do this. I like music and talking.
There you go.
Kind of works. Well, you answered my next question. How long you been doing it?
Yeah.
How many different styles do you have?
Well, right now we are, I'm just trying to put a number on it. I know we make the Hot Box, and we make the Hot Box Classic, and there's subtle differences. I mean, the difference between a Hot Box and a Hot Box Classic, the Classic is a little smaller. It's guys for like that want, like, you know, 2-3 pedals on their board. They don't really use a lot of things. And then we make the regular hot boxes, which is about 21 inches wide, and you can get about almost 5 to 6. And if you're using mini pedals, and like there's so many different types of pedals that, you know, any configuration you can put on there. If you're using all mini pedals, I mean, gosh, you could get a ton of pedals on that little board, you know. Then we start getting into the mid-size stuff, which is like the Brown Classic. The Brown Classic is like a 2-tier model. Kind of similar to this that we're working on here. It's got a second tier on the top where you can put pedals up here and you can put pedals down on the bottom. But then we make one that's called the Long Boy, which is about 2 feet wide, a little over 2 feet wide, and it actually, you know, it's got the 1/4-inch couplers, power inlet. Of course, got the slits where you got all the access underneath of it. Most of our boards, and like this board here, this is a Long Boy pretty much, and it's built where, you know, you can get probably about up to 10 to 12 pedals on there. Again, if you're using mini pedals, you can get a lot more on there.
Right.
Some guys turn their stuff sideways or whatever to get them on there. But we don't really, we don't really do anything as far as like, bottoms on a lot of them. This particular model we're working on has a bottom, but it's a custom board. We just, I like it to where the bottom is open, where guys can get to everything. And we are working towards, making other models that are going to have, a case built with it. But right now it's kind of on the back burner.
Right.
Doing that. But they got
We've
those.
got about 5 or 6 different models.
Yeah, I mean, probably
Total.
probably 5 or 6 different models, different
But it
modifications here
changes
and
all
there.
the time.
Yeah, it does. I mean,
We come up with ideas like the hot plate.
yeah, and this is an idea that I had for like a long time, and this is like a $25 board. Actually, I think I'm selling this one for $20 right now on sale online. And then some people will look at this and go, well, it's just a flat board. Well, yeah, most there's guys out there making flat boards like this all day long, but they don't look this cool.
Right.
I mean, this is a birch top plywood that we used, and you see like these little it looks like almost like little flames in here. Well, I did that by hand by sanding off the birch layer, and then when we stained on top of it, it gave it like this flame top look. And it looks amazing, and it's very simple. It's got these little knobs on it where a guy could put like 3-4 pedals on this thing, put it in a backpack,
Right.
and take off. This is like one spot type of power supply. Most of our boards are like one spot type power supplies. I mean,
Right.
like the hot box, that's a one spot thing. Even our duct tape boards, which the duct tape board is just a different modification of the hot box. It just doesn't have a back piece on the back of it, but it's got the 2 sides and the top. It's not cut out or etched, like the little hole etched in there so you can access. But it's pretty much what it is. I mean, we just, and the duct tape thing just kind of happened. It was one of those things where,
It was our daughter's idea.
yeah,
actually.
our daughter actually came up with that
Awesome.
idea. She said, why don't you make a board and wrap it in duct tape, Dad, with some patterns or something. I'm like, no, we should try that.
Right.
And they started selling pretty good, and we sell them now for like $15. I mean, they're inexpensive, and that's the thing. The big thing for us is that we want people to be able to get pedal boards and it to be affordable, because you see so many guys out there. I mean, like this pedal board that has all this really cool and nice stuff on it, you're talking about $120. Now, there's other pedal board companies out here doing the same thing, except it's not wood, it's covered in Tolex or whatever, and they're selling them for 2x, 3 times that much.
And it doesn't look as good.
And to me, yeah, I love the way that looks. It looks awesome.
You don't have to worry about your veneer falling off after
Right. Yeah,
so many
I mean-
uses and the Tolex ripping or.
Tolex rips. I mean, you look at it wrong, it'll rip.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you can catch it on a corner, like if you're just walking to move and oh man, I just ripped off. And then there's nothing you can do about it. It's
Right.
like break out a Sharpie, if it's black.
Right.
So.
Or duct tape.
Right. So, and that's what we do. We want to make sure that people can afford our products. But we're not trying to make it so cheap where we don't make money as well. I've been criticized for going, why is your stuff so expensive? I'm going, if you go and look at other pedal board companies and you look and see what they're doing, you'll see expensive.
Right.
Because we're locally here in Louisville. I've sold to probably about 10 people in Louisville, but I've sold a lot of stuff throughout the United States. One to Canada. I've had interest from people in Russia.
Germany.
Wow.
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. We had someone in Bulgaria, and the only thing that's kind of held us back from shipping there is the shipping. I mean, it's like I have a $200
They're
board,
going to pay more for shipping than they would.
and it's going to be like $250 to ship it to you.
Right.
So I mean, it's kind of crazy. But I mean, if they're willing to pay that, if they're willing to pay the shipping, I'm more than willing to make it for them and send it to them.
Right. So that pretty much answers my next question. Do you make special orders?
Yes, we do. We're actually working. We shipped one out the other day. It was a hot box model, hot box 2.0 model, and it was just a little longer than what we normally make. And it's a standard color that we, the American walnut is what we ship. But it
It
was just
seems
a
to
little
be
bit
a favorite.
Yeah, the American walnut. I mean, it's
Nice looking wood.
Yeah, it's a really really good looking stain and everything. And we basically like this model. This is a custom model for one of our customers. And as you can see, it's a little different than everything else that we make. And,
Right.
it's got like a hinged bottom. He wanted access for the bottom. And right now it's not stained yet, but it's, you can see where you can get to your access on the bottom. It's going to have couplers. It's going to have, a power inlet on the bottom. So we do a little bit of everything. We made a board one time that was called the Beast. And it was bright neon green.
Blacklight reactive.
A blacklight reactive neon green.
Nice.
And
4 foot wide.
Yeah, it was 4 foot wide.
It was a beast.
Total. Yeah,
Wow.
that's why it was called the Beast. I mean, I actually could sit it on my counter like this way to work on it, and it was almost touching this light. So I mean, it was ridiculous. I mean, I had to have her like, here, hold this while I do this, you know, because it had basically 2 panels off to the side that were flat with this, and they came off like on each side like wings. And I mean, it looked like some kind of crazy Star Trek spaceship.
Right.
I mean, but it was awesome. The guy sent me pictures of it with all of his pedals on it. It's the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen, but it was awesome.
Right.
And stuff like that. You know, you get to build things. And this stuff really I enjoy because it challenges me, because you get into the humdrum of doing, oh, I got to do 4 of these hot boxes. I got to do 4 of these, you know, these brown classics. You know, and they're all pretty much the same thing. And then some guy goes, hey, I need one that's 27 inches wide by 15 or whatever. We made one for a customer that was 38 inches wide. And I think it was 18 inches deep.
Yeah.
It was a monster.
Wow.
But it was awesome. By the time we got done, it was huge. I mean, it was huge, but it's so cool. He had a little pocket for his wah. Yeah. You know, he had a little wah pocket there where he could put his wah in there, run his cabling underneath, and it was pretty badass.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's pictures of it on our website.
Yeah, and on Facebook. We got some stuff on there too.
Awesome. What are your plans for the future?
The plans for the future is to, you know, well, every guitar player to have a Kentucky Hot Brown pedal board.
You heard it.
Right. But I mean, we want to.
And an accessory box to match.
That's right. That's something else that I didn't mention. That I completely forgot about that. But we do accessory boxes, which some of these are, and they're small. Some of them are really small. Like this is a drawer model. This is a pick box. I mean, and you can see it's tiny, and that's what it's designed for. You know, we just to put your picks in, keep them so you don't lose them.
Or if you want something bigger.
Yeah, and then this is kind of cool. This is.
You can put your guitar strap
Slides,
in the bottom,
straps,
slides.
All kinds of stuff. And all these drawers.
Fast fret actually fits in there.
Yes, it does.
Nice.
And the lid will close.
Yep.
So
you got your extra space down in the bottom of that. And we make a little bit of everything. I mean, of course you got a mirror on there to see how pretty you are when you're getting ready to go on stage.
Well, absolutely. You gotta check yourself. Make sure you're looking good.
That's right. And you know, she's been and my wife's been doing these really cool designs on the tops. So like you get to see some of the.
I try to incorporate artwork into them because that's what I do.
And yeah, and she does a lot of the stuff too. Is she's been doing like the wood burning, where you can see some of the wood burning around the edges. And there's some that we have there. She's gonna be making.
And get creative.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's the disco ball version.
So each one of those little mirror tiles, I actually glued onto the top of that box.
Yeah. And it's pretty awesome.
So. And then they're stained in the bottoms. I have to put a mat in the bottom of this.
Yeah, we actually put like a foam mat in the bottom just to for cushion. But I mean, we have just all kinds of different things and different products. I mean, the box idea was again, it was our son's idea. Our son's idea. So I mean.
So it's a family business.
Yeah. So the kids get involved. I mean, my son was out here last night helping us get in the shop together, and you know, I mean, so it's, you know, I would like to pass it on to my kids someday. I'd like to get to where it's so successful, and right now, you know, this takes up about 50% of my time, and I want it to take up 100% of my time, and it's getting there because this time last year we weren't making the money we were making last year. Last year around this time, we were making no money doing it. We were just building and getting stuff out there, and we really didn't make any money. This year, I mean, I'm happy to say that we've been able to average about, you know, around close to $1,500 profit a month for about almost 6 months now. So I mean, it's anywhere from 9 to 15. It's in that range.
Right.
We're just getting going. But I mean, this time
and
last year.
And it's still growing.
Yeah, and it's still growing. I mean, we get hit up all the time. You know, just asking us, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? You know, I've actually had people actually ask me, can you make custom stomp risers? Because I make these little stomp risers, which I don't think I brought any out with me. But they're like little. Oh, you know, I got them down here.
You got some.
Yep. And I make these little stomp risers. You know, and ones that are standard size, ones that are for mini pedals. And I've actually had guys call me and say, hey man, I got this kind of pedal. Can you make a stomp riser? Yeah, absolutely. Give me the dimensions. And I said, I'll make it for how much? It's $10, man, for 2 of them if you need to. Or I can give you, a smaller version with it. And people are, really receptive to it.
Here's the stain versions.
Yeah, these are the. So, and the cool thing is, if you get a pedal board that is, like, say you get a pedal board that is this color, you're able to get, matching stop risers to go with it. So it basically matches with your pedal board, and it doesn't take away from it. Because some guys, you just have all this black behind it. And if you have like this nice wood behind it and you set this on top of it, it's like, oh cool, even though it's going to have Velcro, because that's what I tell guys, it's like, look, it's going to have Velcro on two sides. It has to for it to work.
Right.
So, but they look, and we just started doing these not too long ago, and they look awesome. Just doing them with the stain, and you can see, it's just wood.
Right.
It's like, without our customers, I tell her all the time, without our customers, we're just playing with our wood.
That's beautiful. So, how do we contact you to get any more information, place any orders?
Well, we have our website, KentuckyHotBrownPedalboards.com. You can go there. We have a shop on Reverb.com. All you gotta do is go into the search box and put Kentucky Hot Brown Pedalboards, and it'll bring up our shop. You can contact us, you can contact me, Kenny at KentuckyHotBrownPedalboards.com, Toni, and it's Toni, Toni at KentuckyHotBrownPedalboards.com. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, Pinterest,
We're everywhere.
Twitter. We're everywhere.
You just Google the name Kentucky Hot Brown Pedalboards and you're gonna see us.
You'll Google our name and go, holy crap, because it'll be nothing but us, So, of course you can.
And pictures of our awesome work.
Yeah. There's like lots of pictures out there. We do a lot. We just have a lot of stuff, and that's. I used to be a social media manager for Mom's Music here in Louisville, and that was something that I was really, really good at, is the social media and being able to get us out there. So anything I can do to get us out there and get people seeing us, that's what I've been doing. And it's really helped. I look at the numbers now as to last year this time, and it just blows me away. It's just like, and I get to meet so many cool people. Of course, like, known you for a long time, so that's kind of a cool thing. But then I get to meet other people that that you're like, hey man, go check out my friend, he's got this thing, and then he's going to tell 10 of his friends. Word of mouth is a huge thing, man. It's a huge deal, and I've been fortunate enough to have a lot of that. And not just in Kentucky, but everywhere. I've had probably 5 customers in Oregon.
Wow.
And
just from one guy.
From one guy contacting us and getting a pedal board, and he told a couple of his buddies, and they told a couple of their buddies, and then they end up coming to us and buying stuff. Oregon.
Awesome.
Portland, Oregon. It's awesome.
We've got them spread out throughout the U.S., but a lot of our customers are on the East and West Coast.
Yeah, like California, New York. You got Massachusetts, and
we've got a lot of them.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, in
Maine.
Arizona.
We had one in Maine.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's all over the place, man.
Kentucky has invaded other states.
Right.
Good.
We have invaded other states, that's for sure. But it gives me a sense of pride, because every time one of these boards go out of here, and I'm going, wow, this baby's going to Arizona. It's like, this one's going to his home in Arizona. It's like, that guy in Arizona is going to have something that I handmade and I built, and it's going to be in his hands. It's not like all the other pedal board companies that have like a crew of, 30 people making their pedal boards. She stains them, sands them, I sand them, I make them, cut them, put them together, and we're the shipping department. We're the finance department. We're everything that's involved with the business. That's what we do.
We are Kentucky Hot Brown Pedal Boards.
Yeah, that's why I always say we are Kentucky Hot Brown Pedal Boards.
Awesome, man. It's been great talking to you.
Yeah, definitely.
Put their wood in your hands.
Absolutely.